Alright guys, let me just check to see if the stream is working. One sec. I'm going to do chess tempo today, and I'm going to start it with easy set, and then by the end, we're going to progress very fast to hard, uh, and take my time with these. Let me just check if the stream is working. One sec. Just going to open up YouTube and see if this is actually streaming. Bear with me. Yes, it's live. Okay, let's do this. So we'll start with the easy set just to warm up and kind of get the dopamine flowing. It's hard to just jump right into very hard puzzles, so let's start with the easy sets. And I should have a rating because this time I logged into my account. So I'm not sure what the rating is, so we'll see. And when I solve these, I'm going to try to identify all the motifs first to do it properly. Okay, here we go. Easy set. Yes, and let's keep the chat open on the side. Where's the chat? Chat. Keep it open on the side. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Ready to roll. Okay, identify the motifs. We got a hanging rook here, hanging rook there. I've got a pin here. Is there a way to draw arrows? No, whatever. Okay, got a pin here. This is okay. I can draw nice. I can highlight like that. Hanging rook, pin. All right, and a fork, a potential fork on this square right here. Is that all? And I've of course got a hanging rook, kind of open king. Okay, let's go for it. Now, if I went here right now, what would I do? Nothing. You probably have to give up one of his rooks. Yeah, it's an easy one. Oh, I don't take the rook. Oh, because this rook is hanging. I went too quick. So then one possibility is to do what is this called? A desperado or something? Like if I'm gonna take here anyways, might as well just take here. Take the knight and then take the rook. Yeah, that's the answer. Damn, I failed an easy one. Let's keep going. Okay, motifs first. We got a hanging queen. The king is kind of in a mating net, potentially. And the queen looks kind of trapped, to be honest. Like, this jumps out at me. Originally, I was thinking bishop f1, but the queen retreats along this diagonal. So then bishop c8 could potentially trap the queen. Alright, so then look at this. Let's look at this queen trap. And of course, this is a power balance square. One attack, one defender. Yeah, let's play it. I'm not seeing a defense. Huh. Well, I'll just take that. Okay, nice. Next. Hanging queen. Potential back rank issues. My rook is hanging. This is a power balance square, which means if I could distract the queen, I win the bishop, or if I can pin it, I win the bishop. Now, because it's a hanging queen, I've already calculated if I go rook here, he can't go d6 because the queen would be hanging. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, what he could do is, because my own bishop is hanging there, if I attack this, he goes and attacks my bishop somehow. So he gets a 1-for-1. So how do I deal with that? Right, but then I'll have a back rank at the end. Watch this. Here, I take this, and he can't take the bishop because of the back rank checkmate. So you see how identifying all the motifs first? It seems so implausible that I would get on the back rank, but because I identified it as a weakness, I was able to incorporate it into the solution. Next. Okay. Power balance square here. One attacker, one defender, so I'm already looking at rook here to distract the king. What else? And of course, I've already seen the head. My mind just can't resist itself. If king can't take and the pawn takes, then queen back here would be extra devastating because the king is in a mating net. Then king up here. Anyways, I won't go that far. Okay, we got a hanging rook here. We got a pin here. This bishop is a power balance square. My own queen is hanging. This rook is hanging. Okay, unprotected. And there's some devastating checks here potentially. But okay, let's start calculating a bit. I'm thinking of queen check, queen blocks and then go queen e1 to fork the king and rook. Looks pretty powerful. I'm just gonna play it because I'm feeling a bit lazy right now with these easy ones. Okay. Alright, the king is in a mating net, so just a check would win. This pawn is going up the board. Wow. And that's, yeah, that's kind of got to be part of this. Okay, there's a check here. This mating net is going to be part of the answer. This bishop is hanging. Alright, so let's start looking at checks, like rook check, king 8 here, knight there. Is that a checkmate already? It is. Easy one. Okay, some mating focal squares here, definitely. Got a mating attack. But yeah, and white also has a checkmate in one here, or even there. And this is a power bound square. That could potentially become a power bound square. Okay, so let's start looking at the checks. I have to be quick because there's a checkmate in the air. So I've kind of already seen the checkmate here. I check here, then there, and then come in with the bishop on g2. Okay, let's move up to the medium set now. These are a bit too easy. Okay, changes to the medium set. Let's go. I see a mating net somewhere along here, with the rook coming in at the end to e1 maybe. Bishop's hanging, queen is hanging, rook is hanging. You know what would be even better is if instead of queen check somewhere here, actually the queen is covering that square. That's a power balance square. But I'm thinking of sacrificing it here because after king takes, he walks into Anastasi's kind of checkmate. Just one, yeah. And if he goes there, then queen g7. Okay. Here we've got a potential queen trap. That queen is so short of squares. We've got a power balance square on c8, 2 attackers, 2 defenders. This check looks tasty. This knight, if I can remove it somehow. This rook is unprotected. Right, so then if c8 is a power balance square, it's 2 attackers, 2 defenders. If I can chase away the rook, I win the bishop. That's got to be part of the answer. If knight b6, how do I deal with knight b6 as a defense though? Maybe a5, kicking away the knight. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Okay, I can take that rook. This is a pin. I can also take this rook first. I could take the queen, then take the rook. What's the material like? He's up a rook. So taking this rook doesn't exactly win me material right away. But I can take the rook after. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just taking the rook. Now I've got potential to win this right here. I could be missing more, honestly, but whatever. Good enough. Okay, we've got a potential power balance square here once the bishop runs away. This is a power balance square, and it's also a pin. This is a power balance square. This is a free pawn. Got a pin here so you can win the bishop. My own bishop's unprotected. Alright. So now I'm just trying to work in all these power balance squares. If this is a power balance square, this is a power balance square, and this is a power balance square, I'm actually able to combine all of them. Let's say bishop takes knight, king takes, then I take this guy out, and then at the end I take the rook. Looks pretty convincing. My worry is, what if I take king takes, I take here, and he goes king e6, then he's hitting my queen and my rook twice. No, but I have rook d6 check getting out of it. Okay, power balance square here. Bishop's hanging. There's a nice check there with the hanging rook. This could be something. What else? The potential to double up. And this double up is deadly. Or even if I take first and go rook here, this is going to get skewered. It just seems too easy here to do this. Yeah. Okay, one more, then I'll switch to the hard set. Unprotected rook there. Potential for some mating nets here, especially if the queen can get on this line. So if I could block this, let's say, that would be cool. Just for the queen to end up on the white square diagonal. F2 is a power balance square, so if I could like add an attacker somehow. If I could somehow double up on the H file, that'd be cool. I really like d5 because there's nothing white can do to stop me from like if d5 rook c3, I have queen e1 and I pick up the rook, so rook c3 doesn't stop my queen from coming here. Yeah. All right, let's go to the hard sets. I want to see my rating before I start these though. Maybe it doesn't give me a rating. It should. It really should. Huh. Well, what the heck is going on here? Okay. So for some reason it's not telling me my rating. Whatever. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, hard sets. Okay. Power balance square there. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me? I misclicked. Potential power balance square once the knight moves. This is the power balance. No, not really. There's potential for some back rank stuff, some interference stuff, maybe potentially. Queen is hanging, rook is hanging, back rank is weak. This knight is really weak. It's power balance square. Okay, and this is looks like a cool little knight jump in there. Queen could potentially be trapped actually even. Yeah, because think about it. If I go here, let's say, then the queen has to keep connection with the knight. So I'm really liking this move right here. The only way to defend the knight is from the d file, and then it allows knight b6. Whereas this one still allows queen e7, guarding everything. I'm just gonna play it Yeah, okay, queen c6, and then I take the knight. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay. Next. Okay, power balance square here. Potential power balance square there. Two attackers and two defenders once the bishop moves. Got a hanging unprotected rook. What else? Unprotected rook here, unprotected rook there. Okay. So this square looks appetizing because let's say if I take, rook takes, I have bishop there at the end sometimes with the pin, although the knight is currently protecting that square. This knight jump in looks interesting too because it takes out the defender, the bishop next. Then I can take the knight for free. Let's try that. Okay, potential power balance square there once the rook moves. We've got a nice knight jump in there, that's a power balance square. If I can get a queen on there, that's a mating focal square. This queen looks kind of trapped, so I'm looking at moves like b3 or something. What else is there? e5 is hanging currently. Alright, so let's look at b3. It's just trapping the queen or no? I'm playing it. This is the hard set? These are very easy. Okay. I'm seeing like, okay, so the knight is hanging currently. But this knight is also hanging. So if I can do a desperado, like get the knight out of there, then I can take the knight for free. This is a power balance square. Or some potential knight forks in the air or something. Like here would be a potential knight fork, but the bishop's controlling that. This king is not in a very good spot, frankly. Could be prone a bit. Yeah, so a desperado thing, like just move the knight away, hit the rook, and then I take the knight next move. Seems easy enough. The thing is, he's going to hit my bishop because that's unprotected. But then I hit his rook. He has no way to restore the attack. This I did not see, but now I have another desperado. I can see when to take the bishop because his rook is hanging for free at the end. One sec. Okay, what's going on here? Potential knight check here. This could turn the rook into a power balance square. Nice little king cut off there, so this king is in serious jeopardy. That knight is so wayside there. I'm in check currently, and I've got two possibilities to get out of the check. Alright, now if rook down, he takes this one, which would be a checkmate, so I have to go here. I don't have to think about this. Okay, now he trades off the queens. Now I could just run away, or I could take the queen, but then there's a knight fork at the end, so this is a no-brainer. Why are these so easy? This is hard mode. Okay, unprotected queen there. This would turn the rook into a power balance square and also opens up his king after pawn takes. There's some potential back rank issues. There's potential to drive away the queen from the defense of this rook, so that this turns into more of a threat. My own queen is unprotected, and this is a potential power balance square once the knight moves. Okay, so b5 really appeals to me, kicking out the queen from the connection of this rook. Let's just play it. It looks right. Oh no, but he's gonna... Right, this knight is actually also hanging right now. Although I'm not really worried about it. Yeah. Okay, rook is unprotected. There's a potential mating net or fork thing with this king being so open here and vulnerable, short of squares. Bishop's currently hanging. This is kind of dangerous. Okay, let's start looking at stuff. Like if I just take here, what's the problem with that even? Is there a way to make things better? I mean, maybe there is, but I'm just taking the damn thing. Whatever. Nope, it's wrong. Shit. It's saying to go here, and then take the bishop. Why? What? Why do you throw in the check first? I have no idea. I think it's because if I take this way, he keeps the a pawn. I don't know. Here, I take and then take the a. I have no freaking idea. Oh, that's not it. This is insane to me. Let's check the comments. Oh. No. Like, if I take them here, I don't understand. Yeah, this is a kind of deep thing where just maximize your own activity because white has greater chances for like a draw or whatever if you keep the king active. So just keep the king passive first, then take the bishop. I mean, it makes sense on principle, and I should have thought of it like that too. Okay, so we've got the unprotected queen there on the same line as my own queen. This knight is a power bound square. This pawn could be dangerous. This pawn is dangerous. But the king is open to a lot of checks, which means a lot of possibilities. And there's a potential to make a pin after this check, which means I can add pressure with the knight somewhere, somehow. Probably not, but yeah. I think the key to this one is I want to push the pawn, but first I do queen check, get the king over here, then I push the pawn. And then if queen takes knight for free, then I push the pawn again to d7. And that queen covers this whole diagonal, so there's no checks, and that pawn can't be stopped from promoting. Yeah. Okay, now this didn't look right to me because now we've introduced this kind of idea, taking here. Next one. This looks like some checkmate stuff going on here. Even if you can get the king up, draw it up here and checkmate it somehow. I don't know. That's a power balance square, I guess. Or no, I can even take it, whatever. This pin seems like there could be something going on. So the queen's not really under threat right now. This is a thing. Could be potentially be a defense to my own attack here. I gotta start calculating some stuff here. What I'm thinking of is bishop takes pawn, because at the end it leaves this pawn free to move and create a distraction. Remove the defender. For example, if I take, pawn takes, I take here, trade everything, rook ends up here, king goes back. Then this king has to stay in connection with the rook, right? One is a power balance square, but then this pawn goes forward and creates a distraction. Then I take the rook and promote. The only thing is after bishop takes, it's not clear to me this is that powerful because the king goes back. But I mean, it is an attacking move. So I'm just going to play it. Yeah. Alright. Frankly, I'm getting tired of these. Not even tired, I'm just losing my motivation. Fuck. But I'll keep going for a little bit. Let's see. Alright, what's going on here? Got distracted. Stupid message, okay. Oh god. So I've got a hanging unprotected queen here, same line as my queen. This could be something, and then we've got a potential to win some material there. 2 for 2, although my bishop's hanging, so this is a power balance square. This queen looks a little bit trapped after rook a8. And this, man, 4 attackers. And just 2 defenders. No, 3 defenders. And this rook is a power balance. No, it's not. Defended twice. Okay. Let's look at rook a8. This looks like it's done deal. He'll have to play rook takes rook. Yeah, so if I rook a8, he trades rooks and then it gives his queen room to go back here. Which makes me wonder if rook takes knight is the answer. Not to win material after that, but to just play rook a8 without allowing rook takes rook. Let's try that. Yep. Alright, so here we got a power balance square. The rook is under attack, hanging. Queen is unprotected. This queen is under attack. This bishop is unprotected. Rook is unprotected. Power balance square. Potential back rank issues for the king there. Yeah. So why can't I just take the queen here? What's going on here? I should be able to just take the queen. Okay. And I did not see this check, so that's a blind spot. I was kind of lazy. Oh, damn it. Okay, anyways. What's going on now? I just need to count the material. Like if knight takes, or he takes the queen, then I go knight here to protect the bishop, and I've got 3 pieces. 3 minor pieces. He's got 2. But he's got 2 rooks. And if queen takes knight, then the rook is hanging, right? This is a better way to do it. Then it's, yeah. Okay. Now, be a little bit careful here. I don't see this far. Because, now here's where the back rank thing might come into play. So he will have this pawn push, and I can't stop it. But luckily I have, okay, so I can go rook back, bishop blocks, and then rook takes, I can sack that. Should be okay, worst comes to worst. Yeah. So I'm getting really distracted with messages here. What's going on here? Alright, man, I'm getting, let's quit it there for this session. Maybe I'll do another one later on. Right now, okay. Actually, wait, should I keep going? Oh man. 2:38 p.m. Let's keep going, whatever. Alright, what's going on here? So we got a pin here on this bishop. The bishop's currently hanging. There's a pin here, and this is a power balance square. This bishop is hanging. That knight is a power balance square. This king is kind of open, so there's some knight check possibilities. But this king is not so safe either. If like the h file opened up. Okay, let's now what? Like pawn takes bishop just like, seems so simple. Then maybe rook here or something will win the bishop. And then I didn't really win material. But then I'm kind of thinking of like rook h6 because his pawn's pinned. So then he takes here. I take the queen. He takes here. I have no. It's not quite working. h5 is also very tempting. And just queen h6 maybe though. Can I get out of the pin first with, let's say, queen b3, hitting the knight? He has to solve that problem, then I'll take the bishop. I think that just makes a lot more sense. That's wrong. Answer is here. Interesting. Okay, whatever. I'm getting way too distracted by the messages here, so I'm going to end it in this video. What's going on? Jeez, Carson. Okay. Thanks, guys. Enough of this. Maybe I'll make another one later. See ya.